Not a day goes by where you feel like you're not getting some kind of question, a tug, a pull from your team. Someone's asking for your okay, someone's asking you to dive in and fix something, and while, of course, as a leader, you are more than willing to be helpful and to lend a hand, you also feel like your team may be overly reliant on you, and you really want them to take more ownership. After all, the more you spin and spend in the weeds of the work itself, you know that this is a big drain on your time, and you end up chasing around projects and being a bottleneck for your team. That's what we're going to discuss today, which is really how to help your team take more ownership. And I'm Claire, I'm the CEO of Canopy, a leadership improvement app where we really give you everything you need to answer a question very much just like this. We give you hundreds of on-demand lessons, cheat sheets, live group coaching, even an AI assistant to really support you as you untangle some of the trickiest situations as a leader. And I'll tell you, this is absolutely one of them. And so that's why we're talking about it in our manager tip. Now, if you want to make sure that you get these manager tips on a regular basis as we release them, do be sure to subscribe below so that you get them each time. Now, when it comes to helping our team take more ownership, there's really two things that we'll want to do most tactically. The first thing is that we'll want to break the cycle. Oftentimes, our team is coming to us with a question, with a request, with, oh, hey, can you really help me with this? Because there's been a habit, a routine established. And I say this not to have you feel guilty or ashamed by it by any means, but just to recognize that there's probably some pattern here of, ooh, I have a question for Claire, and so I'm going to go to Claire because I know I'm going to get the answer right away versus actually taking 45 minutes to think about it and try to solve it myself. And so breaking the cycle means catching in the moment when your team isn't taking ownership, when they have become a bit too reliant on you, to really create a healthy boundary and stand firm to help redirect them in a way that can help them create that sense of ownership. So the way to break this cycle is simply to use the phrase of, could we take a moment and actually consider if there's a way for you to take the lead on solving this, right? That would be one phrase you could use. Another phrase is you could say, hey, I'd love for the team to operate in a more sustainable way. And I've noticed that when we come into this pattern of you coming to me for these questions, I think we don't always get there. And so in starting to assert a bit more of a boundary, redirecting folks to ways in which they can start to solve the problem themselves, that's how you can begin to help your team take more ownership. Now, of course, we don't just want to put up a wall, put our hands up and go, okay, that's it, you're off to really your own defenses. When we are wanting to actually help our team take more ownership, we're going to want to make sure they have the real tools and resources to do so. It's really about trying to address the underlying issue for why is it that they don't think they can solve this on their own. So this means asking questions such as, do you feel like you have the support and resources to execute this effectively? What context about the team project or organization do you feel like you don't have to make the best decision? What information and context are you missing from me as a leader to be able to move forward on your own? Trying to ask questions to really assess what the underlying root issue is. What is the lack of skill or awareness or context that this person or your team is having that's causing them to continually come to you rather than take ownership, is really going to be the most helpful path for trying to then fix this issue outright. And so start here, but also know that creating a culture of accountability is a deeper, more rigorous process. And so know that actually in Canopy, we have a module on creating a culture of accountability that you can check out. Additionally, we have so many other resources that include live group coaching and cheat sheets and daily tips as well in Canopy, all around this topic of creating accountability in a team and more. And so would love to have you dive into Canopy when you have a moment. And in the meantime, so grateful that you're joining me here and look forward to having you here next time. Thanks again.